So, this week's episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime was a certified banger. I have a feeling people might try to call this a slower episode, but this was the main course. Last week, appetizer, fun stuff. This really gets the ball moving. So, most of us assumed the current king of Falmuth would chill, right? I mean, not only was he forced into a box and turned into an abomination, like everything from what Diablo did to him, like he shouldn't actually have any free will to go against him. But that wasn't the issue, right? There's a lot of dumb apples a part of that batch. And the dumbest of the apples turns out to be the brother. I can already tell you what's gonna happen. There might be some extra steps along the way, but without a doubt, this Edward dumbass, he's going to fuck around and find out. There's no other way to put it. 100%. Now, there's a couple of ways I could see him going about this. One, he just immediately turns on his brother, who's about to hand him the throne and basically say, hey, we're gonna play nice, I'll take the blame, and you'll be able to have a peaceful life. No, either A, he's gonna just completely say, my brother was an idiot, this is all his mistakes, tear up the legislation that they just signed, and try to launch an all-out war again. And if they do that... Youm's probably going to be on the throne before too long. Or he'll actually try to be crafty and buy his time. I don't know enough about this character to say if he's crafty or not. All I know is that King Youm is going to happen sooner rather than later. Add in the other sides we get caught up with. We have Valentine, we have Yuki, like just everything about this episode, while it might feel like just simple setup, getting caught up to all these different perspectives. You know, look at Valentine as an example. She would normally be probably a pretty good ally in this situation, but with whatever is going on with this whole Angel plotline, she wants nothing to do with it, on top of the whole idea that, you know, Rimuru is someone who's like, if you invade, like, if it wasn't the connection with the humans, it'd be a different story. The clown stuff and everything, it's just a surprisingly banger of an episode without anything truly explosive happening, but it gets and kind of sets the stage for a lot of explosive stuff happening in the near future, with probably one of the funniest moments I've seen in Slime to date, which we'll talk about in a minute. Of course, I have a full live reaction over on my Patreon. If you want to see my full catharsis or any of the episodes, it's going to be over there if you're interested. Now, maybe it's just me, but I honestly think this is one of the funniest moments of Slime to date. So, when they're kind of having their discussion about, like, is there anything we can do to make it so Rimuru and his bullshit Tempest don't have complete control over us? Messenger comes in. Rimuru declared he's going to be a demon lord. Okay, this could actually work in our favor, because declaring yourself a demon lord, that's going to have the wrath of everyone, all the other demon lords, he'll get killed, we got nothing to... Second record scratch, second messenger comes in. Rimuru killed Clayman. Imagine having, like, Rimuru pretty much delivered Christmas morning in the middle of June, and then took a goddamn baseball bat and smashed all those presents. That was pure comedy gold, and honestly one of the funniest moments of Slime today. Just the collective, like, realization of how shit out of luck. Like, the amount that they are willing to pay is, as they said, like, the equivalent to, like, 1,000,000 gold coins. That's a payment plan that your successor and the one after him are gonna have to keep paying. Like, that is too much money on top of the main king losing his throne. It's not a good situation. Of course, we know the true end goal of the whole situation, which would be Youm on the throne. But I mean, they don't know that. And at face value, what Rimuru is asking, while it may seem extreme, is you don't think it's like a jump in logic, like there's more plan to it, which allows for dumbasses like Edward to, well, fuck around and find out. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Now, two things is gonna happen here. If he's a quick bastard to really try to screw everyone over, which I don't know if he will be, probably, but at the same time, there's a lot of other plot lines in this season already, so maybe he would kind of buy his time just because the author wants to focus on other things. If that happens, he ain't gonna last too long, and it's gonna be a very quick turnaround for where we go next. On the other hand, if stuff with, like, the clowns and Yuki and all that start taking priority, potentially. Now, he says that he's not gonna do anything he's gonna set the stage for a couple of things, but, you know, I look forward to the glorious defeat as per usual. The Valentine stuff's more interesting to me because of, like, you know, everything that happened with Roy and everything. The idea that pretty much in a lot of circumstances, you could see Rimuru and them being pretty good allies as it stands. But because Rimuru's grand vision is like, I'm going to relax in peace, leave humans alone, leave them alone. We're gonna make this paradise, right? And Tempest is really kind of like that middle ground of like it's the bridge between monsters and humans, and anyone who tries to disturb that peace obviously gets messed up. And it's interesting to see because characters like Hinata pretty much are like, you know, did I make the wrong choice, this or that? And obviously is ready to throw hands with Veldora, which, you know, after already losing Roy because, well, Roy was far too away, so couldn't be brought back, realizing that, you know, if you go up against the goddamn Storm Dragon, I'm going to lose yet again another person. And in general, yes, this technically is a setup episode because it's getting all the main players and all the main perspectives caught up and focus on their next objective. It doesn't really feel like your typical setup episode. Like, in all honesty, I think this episode felt faster paced than the last episode, meaning like it felt like 5 to 10 minutes to watch a full-length episode. I really enjoyed it. There was some funny moments, of course, but in general, I'm really excited because political stuff is always my bread and butter with anime, and the idea of a king who pretty much knows when he has to bend the knee, not to mention he pretty much is forced to because of what Diablo did to him. At the same time, though, like, the idea that it's not really the king you gotta worry about at this point, it's what's going to happen next. The thing is Rimuru wants something like this to happen because the end goal isn't simply just getting this king off his throne, it's getting who they want as king on said throne. So go ahead and tear up that legislation, go ahead and declare war all you want. You're gonna mess around, you're gonna find out. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's just a matter of what all the extra perspectives are gonna do along this journey. But I do truly think anyone who claims that 2 guards running in at nearly the same time isn't one of the funniest things in Slime is a damn dirty liar, because the more I think of it, the funnier it becomes. It's just something about, like, I thought there was going to be a 3rd guard. I didn't know what the 3rd guard was going to say, but I don't know. I was expecting it, but it was such an effective joke because it leaves you wanting a 3rd guard, but I think had there been another guard to pop up, it probably would have been as funny as the immediate, like, he declared war, thank God. He's gonna, Clayman's dead. We're fine. It's like, it's a good joke, man. It really is. Like, it's just the timing's impeccable, and it's like, honestly, when the brother like put his hands together, I was like in the assumption, I was like, you know, I assumed he was an idiot, but then when he actually looked remorseful, I was like, okay, maybe he's actually not like after power. No, the bastard got me. So he actually was a pretty good actor. I mean, I doubt anyone in that room thought otherwise as well. So, I mean, I hope he messes around because I want him to find out, and I want, obviously, Youm to do his thing. But, yeah, this was a great episode. Truly was, I think, better than last week's episode, and I quite enjoyed the return of Slime. So, yeah, let me know what you thought down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. Of course, ring that bell so you know if I want to upload more. And like I mentioned, full live reactions over on my Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we got Jimmo Scales, Vincent Granville, The Emperor, WWE, Phoenix Jackson, Francis Mahindra, and Brendan M. Gibbons. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.